welcome to day 6 of the Start Your Business 10-Day Challenge. We are on day 6, which means you are past the halfway mark. Give yourself a round of applause if you're here. Type in the comments, I'm here. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Get your energy up. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. Now, today, day 6 is about naming your business. This is one of the most funnest parts in having your business. It's exciting, it's fun, it's like your own little baby. The name you give it is a name that you gotta love, that you gotta want to hear, that other people can like as well, because this is going to be what you are proud of. It's going to be on your card, it's going to be on your jerseys, it's going to be on your shirt. Whatever you have, this name is going to be the first impression that people get when they hear your company. So it's exciting. I want to give you guys some tips. But before I start, I do want to encourage you and congratulate you for getting this far and taking this on as far as starting your business. I am a firm believer that having your own business is very important. I think the world needs more of people who are doing what they love. Make sure you're not doing it just for the money. You can start, do all this work. If you get a business that you don't love, you're going to eventually quit or regret you did it, or it's not going to be successful. You got to love it. And that's how you become successful. Where other people would quit, you continue doing it because you actually love the work. You like it and you love it, and that's why you keep on going. It's not that you're crazy, it's because you love it. Even when it seems impossible, other people quit, other people don't help you, they don't join you, but you keep going because of that love. So I'm encouraging you guys, while we're in this process, make sure, now that we're about the names, it's a name you love, and it's a business you love, and it's a company that you're going to love as well. All right, let's get started. So, about names, I'm going to give you guys some tips, 5 little tips about what you need to think of when you're choosing your name. I remember when I'm choosing my name, the name of my company that I've started, it's always been a fun process for me because I love to include other people. I don't know how your personality type is, but for me, I like to send about 10, 15, 20, even 50 people. I take the top 10 list of names that I have, and I send them, and I ask them, pick your top 2. Which ones do you like? Which one sounds good? And I basically take votes. And I get people involved. Some people love them. Some people never respond. Some people do. But if I send it to 50 people that I know, I might get response from 30, maybe from 25. Sometimes 40 people will respond. And then I look at the ones that sound better, and sometimes they don't. But I love that process because it gets people involved, because it tells people it's a way to market as well. Because while you're doing that, you're telling all your friends that you have a business. Then they're going to ask you, what's the business about? And then you have a chance to include them, but you're also already setting the seed in their mind that you have a business, and you might ask them to be customers in the future. So this is a great process. I like to include people in the beginning. Now, one key point, don't let the not having the name yet stop you. Some people get stopped and they don't move forward. Even if you don't have a name yet, it might take a couple of weeks to find a good name. Some people take months, okay? You're not gonna find it all at once. I had started my vacation company. I didn't even know what the name was. I had a couple of different names that I wanted to play around with, but it just didn't feel right. Finally, I came up with a whole different name that wasn't even on the list. And I was like, oh yeah, that's the name. And once I found the name, I went for it. I loved it. But it takes time. You're going to write it out on a piece of paper. You're going to Google it. You're going to look at what a logo would look like. You're going to put up all kind of different stuff to find the name. And it's a beautiful process. And then when you finally find the name, you send it to people. And some people will love it. Some people won't love it. But what's important is that you love it and that you like it and that you feel like it says something. So just remember also that the name, as important as it is, your service that you're providing and the company itself, the work you do, is more important than the name. There are companies like GoDaddy.com, who would ever, if I came up with that name, people would have laughed at me. But it's a huge company. There's all kind of companies. Even Google didn't originally have that name. The reason why it's called Google, because the person who wrote the first check to Google is like a $50,000 check. They spelled it that way on the check. So they went ahead and called the company that way. But it was supposed to be spelled a different way than they have it spelled right now. So things change while you're doing it, and this company actually is more important than the name. So don't get caught up on the name too much. Make sure that this is a fun process to have. So here are some key points that I want you to remember today as you do your homework and work on the name and come up with a great name. If you can come up with a name, but you need to at least make a list of possible names for your business. Okay, so first thing you want to think about, How does it sound? How does the name sound? When you hear it, how does it sound? Does it have a, there's like a name like Piggly Wiggly. It has like a cool little phrase to it. Or is it hard to say? Have other people say it. Send it. Write it. Just make sure that it sounds good. It sounds cool. It sounds catchy. Get a child and make the child say it and see if they have fun with it. Kids that's great. Like a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, make them say it and laugh and see how does it sound? Does it have a rhyme to it? Make sure it's like a cool sounding if you can. Okay, I would stay away from like using a difficult last name or something. Now there are companies that have like Wyndham. What is a Wyndham? Nobody really knows. It's a name of people, you know. So there are companies out there that are very famous that have difficult saying names or names that you only know how to spell because you're familiar with it. But if you didn't know it, you wouldn't know how to spell it or don't even sound particularly great. But that was kind of like a couple decades ago, people were doing that. Now you want to make sure it has a cool name and it sounds great and you like to say it, it's fun to say. All right, number 2, meaning and benefit. Does the title within it have the meaning and the benefit? Can somebody just listen to the title of your company and already have an idea of what your company does? And just, okay, I know what they do. Because remember, you're not already famous. You're not already known. So if you want to have a company that kind of has a catchphrase or a name that goes with what it is that you're selling, that's also, just think about that. What are the benefits of it? Does it say already from the beginning what like a name company like Crazy Glue? People already know it's glue and it's crazy, which means it's really good. Or Gorilla Glue, or something like that that actually says in the title what the product is you're selling or what you're doing. That's also important. So third thing to think about is the spelling. Now you might come up with this great creative name, but if it's hard to spell, it's going to be hard to Google. It's going to be hard for people to find it. You want a name that's easy to spell, easy to find. For example, like my vacation company is called Everything Vacations. Everybody can spell everything. It's not a foreign word. Vacations is very simple. You already know what the company does just by the title. Everything Vacation. That implies that everything that has to do with vacations, we do. So, or everything that you want, we do. So that kind of like, this is a simple little example. I didn't name it after myself. I didn't name it after some Visaccio or some weird name or something that's good, that might be catchy, that might sounds cool and sounds elegant, but if it's too difficult for people to say, it's going to be hard for them to remember as well. So you want to make it as easy as possible. Okay. I spoke of the spelling. Make sure, the spelling isn't too complicated for people. Now, look at initials. What do I mean by that? Now, some companies like IBM, it's an initial, but they've been around for decades. People remember them. So look, if your name is so long that you're going to turn into an initial, make sure it doesn't match up with an initial that, like KFC or something, that people are going to automatically think of something else that might have totally nothing to do with your company or even in the same industry, because there are some companies that are mainly known for their initials. For example, like IBM, I don't even know what IBM stands for, to be honest with you. I probably could look it up, but I don't remember. But you see IBM, people know what that is because those initials have become famous. So make sure that whatever you pick, that your initials are not matching up with something else that might be totally different, and now people are thinking about something differently when they think of yours, when they think of your company. All right, number 5, once you have your name, Google it. See what comes up. If it's the same industry that comes up or if it's something totally different, make sure that you kind of look online. What is there? What does that name mean online? What's represented of it? If you have a name like Excellence something, Google that name to see and see if there's other companies and how many companies already have that name. It's very important to do. So those are the 5 tips that I have when you're picking your name. Now, some of you guys already might have a name already. A lot of time before people even start a company, they already have in their mind what they're going to name the company. But this will give you a refresher to rethink, to make sure that you want to do it. And I put this after I talked about the structure. A couple of days ago, we talked about the structure of your business, and this came after. Why? Because you don't have to have the name first. Because you remember, you're going to start business before you actually set up the structure, before you actually do anything. The most important thing, like I said, your service is more important than the name. So don't let that stop you. Okay? So that's all I have for today. I'm going to encourage you, before I let you go, to always remember to do at least one thing per day to move your company forward. Even if it's one phone call, even if it's writing up one text. Do one little thing per day to move it. That is the key to success, is that you do something, even if it's a little baby thing, one thing per day to move forward. Don't have to do everything at the same time. All right, that is what I have. I want to also remind you guys to check out daninzinga.com. We have, our company is DreamWork. We help businesses get past the first 5 years. We guide you with support. We provide accountability. We make sure that you get there. We help you however way we can. Like I said, some of this stuff, we teach you how to do it, or we can help you do it for yourself. So that is what we're doing. And my name is Dan Nzinga. Dream hard, dream big, and I'll see you in day 7.